Ladies and gentlemen, today's video is a story time video, and I'm taking it back all the way to 7th grade. That's a long time ago. And this story involves a kid who really does some weird stuff in class and he gets expelled. So let's get right into it. So in order for you guys to actually understand the story, I'm going to have to explain or set up the plot. So here we go. This is back in 7th grade, right? And this happens in math. That second period. That's about 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's too early to do math. Who does math at 9 o'clock in the morning? It was horrible, right? So our class was probably the dumbest class ever. We had about 30 kids, right? And most of the kids didn't do shit in the class. They were just there, and they mostly cheated on the test too, and they copied off homework. But you see, I was a little different kind. But digressing here, that's not the point of the story. The main point is there was this guy, super weird in our class. His name was Steve, right? We're just gonna call him Steve for now. That's not his real name. For privacy reasons, I'm not gonna share his real name. And he was messed up, really messed up, right? Now that I look back, if you guys know what a Eugene is, he was a Eugene basically. If you don't know who Eugene is, go watch Birdman's videos. He talks about Eugenes a lot. But anyways, back to my video. So this guy, Steve, right? He's a very, very weird guy. He has a big ass nose and a Ted Cruz smile. You know a Ted Cruz smile. He was about 5'2" at the time. Yep, that's him. And super weird. He had some mental problems too. I don't want to get in trouble or anything for calling him crazy or retarded, but he did have some problems. And like he could do all like if the teacher asked him to do math, he could do it fine, like but he had some problems in common sense. You know what I'm saying? So this guy, 5'2", big ass nose, super white, right? Super white. On the edge of being an albino. But I don't think he was an albino because he had a little pink in his cheeks. But anyways, this guy crushes on this girl real hard one day, okay? And her name's Susie. Let's just call her Susie, right? So now Susie does not like him because she knows he's weird. He's really, really weird. So she doesn't really like him. But he knows that she doesn't like him. But this guy still falls for Susie. I don't know, man. Why? And typical middle school stuff. We make fun of him every single time we meet him. We're like, hey, you still like Susie? You asked her out yet? You talked to her? Anything? He'd just be like, oh, no, not really, but I still like her. Yeah, she's cool. Yeah. And sometimes he'll get annoyed. He's like, don't talk about that to me. Typical middle school stuff. But one day, my man crushes so hard on this girl. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. We come to school, sit down, and our teacher, she's the worst teacher ever. No patience at all. So one day, this guy, Steve, comes into class. 10 minutes into class, he pulls his pants down, right? And we didn't know what was happening, and no one did because everyone was looking at the teacher up on the board. And he pulls his pants down. This one guy notices, and he's like, yo, Steve, pull your pants up. And then everyone looks at him. Every single person in the class looks at Steve, and some people have a different response. They start bursting out with laughter, or they're just like, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" You know that. And he doesn't care. Not only does he pull his pants down, he pulls his underwear down and starts jerking off, and he's staring at Susie the whole time. And now Susie doesn't know about this yet. And when she hears all the gasps and the laughter around the class, she looks at him, and she screams. She yells, the whole class, right? And the teacher, she doesn't realize what's going on because she's looking at the whiteboard, writing something down. And then she looks back, and she's like, what happened, Susie? The teacher, so stupid, doesn't see what was happening. And now this kid's like, hey, Steve pulled his pants down and is jerking off, and the whole class starts laughing, right? And this teacher, she just goes, hey, Lori, Steve, could you please pull your pants up? I'd really appreciate it if you do. She keeps going that she does that for about 5 minutes. She can't get him under control. Right? He's still going off. He's just like, oh yeah, can't really do anything now. We can't just go up to him, and hold his hand, and be like, hey, no, no, right? So we have to call in the the assistant principal. Sorry, not the vice principal, because that word is not used. The assistant principal, right? And he comes in, talks him out, and he leaves the class. He's in the office, I think, for the whole day. His parents come. Man, I feel bad for that kid, but what he did was really really stupid. So I think his parents should have put him in a different school, not in a regular middle school. So, that's the story of Steve. Steve, my man, who pulled his pants down middle of the class and started jerking off by looking at, and the girl. I think she suffered the most trauma though, cause she in the first place didn't really like him, and after that she had to see someone who was crushing on her jerk off right in front of her. I don't really think she wanted to see that. But ladies and gentlemen, that has been the story. If you could, please comment down below, #Bori, please pull your pants up, and have yourself a nice day. Bye.